Why would, like, do you have any trauma? Would you have trauma?
Yes, my mind has not only has it appeared within a particular family that has its own history and its own difficulties, but my mind appears in a culture that has its particular conditioning. So in the background of my mind, all these traces exist. We can never say that a mind has been completely washed free of all these traces. It's an endless process. But we shouldn't think that happiness is only available at the end of the process when the mind has been completely washed free. I'm not sure that there is such a thing as a mind that has been completely washed free of all the traces of conditioning, both impersonal and personal, which constitute that mind. There may be a few such minds. Carl Jung said of Ramana Maharshi, he was a white spot on a white page. So don't feel that you're so change the metaphor now. Instead of thinking of the conditioning in various layers of concentric circles, think of the conditioning more like cloud cover. That the blue sky is the essential nature of the sky. Without clouds, that is its essential form. But the sky fills with cloud, and depending on the density of the cloud, so the clear light that is inherent in the sky is progressively obscured, depending on the density of the cloud cover. The cloud cover is the conditioning, the contents of the personal mind, the finite mind. So it's a glimpse of one's true nature takes place when the clouds part and we see the blue sky for what it is. Now the blue sky appears to be a little hole in the cloud cover. So most people think that the patch of blue sky is something small and limited and clearly defined. In other words, they think that their true nature, their self, is an object in the clouds. When we go up to the patch of blue sky, we realize actually the clouds are an object in the immensity of the blue sky. That is the recognition of our true nature. That what I am is not just a little tiny fragment of a self amidst all these thoughts and feelings. I am the open, empty, spacious presence of awareness within which all this conditioning appears. But this conditioning, like cloud cover, has the capacity to veil our true nature from itself. So everyone experiences these pockets of blue sky, but most people think the blue sky is an object in the clouds. They think the self they think that what I am is a self in the body. So a glimpse of our true nature is the recognition that the blue sky doesn't share the limits or the destiny of the clouds. It is immense. It is not going anywhere. It is ever present. So for most of us, we get a series of glimpses of our true nature, and each glimpse we become more and more firmly established. We know and feel ourselves to be this ever-present, inherently peaceful presence of awareness. But this recognition by itself doesn't automatically overnight get rid of the cloud cover. The cloud cover begins to thin as a result of this recognition. And our yoga meditations in the morning, for instance, are ways in which we cooperate with the thinning of the cloud cover. But the thinner the cloud cover gets, the more the light shines through. So it's not 95% blue sky 5% clouds. I'm now trying to redeem myself. It's more that the cloud cover gets thinner and thinner, and as it gets thinner and thinner, it loses its capacity to filter out the sunlight, so that you feel the sunlight filtering through your experience, irrespective of the content of your experience. It doesn't mean to say that you're always blissed out. You may still have difficulties in relationships. You may still have conflicts at work. You may still have physical problems. You may have deeper underlying traumas that come to the surface. But these they progressively lose their power to veil the sunlight. It's this thinning of the cloud cover, that this progressive reduction in the capacity of our thoughts, images, feelings, activities, relationship to conceal the innate piece of our true nature. So we still have experience, depending on our conditioning, but that experience gradually loses its capacity to veil our innate peace.
That was very helpful. I know now why I needed to ask the question, because I didn't understand it. Yeah.
So this is, many of you have heard this quote from Krishna Menon, Atmananda Krishna Menon before. It's why when Atmananda Krishna Menon was asked, how do I know when I'm established in my true nature? He said, when the thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, activities and relationships can no longer take you away from yourself. He didn't say, when you no longer have thoughts, feelings, activities and relationships. He said, when they lose their capacity to take you away from yourself. I still have thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, activities and relationships just like anybody else. But I notice that they progressively lose their power to veil or obscure the inherent peace of my true nature.